What's up, everybody? We are live at 5. Beth tells me it's Thursday, May 21st. I'm Paul Wontorek.
I'm Beth Stevens.
Hey, I put on a blazer, Beth.
Fancy. You're very fancy.
Yeah, it's a t-shirt, gym shorts, blazer. I'm going with that look. We're joined because we have somebody I really like here today. I wanted to throw a blazer on for her. Oh. And some very important things to talk about, too. And we're joined, as always, by Caitlin Moynihan.
Hello.
Hello. Who's here? Who's here, Beth? Who's backstage?
Well, we have a Broadway star who's also a former vlogger. I always like to point that out. Heidi Blickenstaff is with us.
Yes. She's doing all kinds of good. You know,
she's a Renaissance woman. That was named.
People use this quarantine in all different ways, and I love what she's doing. We're going to find out everything about it. But first, let's talk about today's news.
I don't think anyone was seeing this news coming, but we are so happy that this is officially happening.
That's right. Smash is coming to Broadway. Not Bombshell, not Hit List. Smash, a new musical, is coming to Broadway. That, of course, was a picture of Katharine McPhee, who was here yesterday, and Megan Hilty in their dueling Marilyn Monroes.
Well, wait a minute. Why don't you? We actually talk about what happened yesterday. So
yesterday, after Live at 5 stopped filming.
During Live at 5, you guys got news.
During Live at 5, we had this news come to us. It was embargoed, which means that we didn't actually announce it until 8 o'clock this morning. But we did learn about it from a press release, and so we got to break the news to Katharine McPhee, who lost her mind in the best way possible. She's super excited, and she said she has her 16 bars, and she's ready to audition. So let me just give you the details here. So there are a lot of fancy people attached to this. Steven Spielberg, Robert Greenblatt, and Neil Marin are the producers of Smash, and also were involved with the TV show, which was a big thing for us here in the Broadway community. So Mark Shaman and Scott Whitman, who of course wrote Hairspray and Catch Me If You Can, and wrote the music for Smash, the TV series, are on board. And Bob Martin, who you know from The Prom and Drowsy Chaperone, and Rick Ellis, who you definitely know from co-writing Jersey Boys, are writing the book. That's kind of all we know right now, is just Smash, a new musical. And it will include songs from the show, which if you watch the broadcast of the concert from 2015, you got well acquainted with. It will feature all of the characters, not all of the characters, but many of the characters that you know and love, including Ivy Lynn and Karen and Tom. What was her name? Julia. That was Deborah Messing.
Sure,
and I can't wait to see who they're going to cast in the Angelica Houston role of Eileen Rand, throwing her martinis in people's faces. So much to look forward to. We don't have dates. We don't have details, but we are going to be all about this until it comes out.
So we don't know really what it's about, but it's definitely a Broadway musical about making a Broadway musical.
It's super meta.
That's what it is. Yeah, it has to be that. That we know. It's a behind the scenes kind of thing.
That's right.
Yes, and this cutie couple just welcomed adorable Broadway baby.
Hey, that's Broadway.com vlogger. We really pushed that hard on here. Betsy Wolfe and her husband, Adam Krauthammer. I hope I said his name right. They have welcomed, oh my God, cutest baby, Poppy. How adorable is the name Poppy? They wrote it on Instagram yesterday. A really great photo. Meet Poppy, our beautiful baby girl and quarantine pal for life. Really sweet. They met in 2014 while rehearsing Bullets Over Broadway. He's a musician, and they were married in 2018. So congratulations, Poppy. What a great name. Don't you love that name, Bev?
It's very British. I love it.
I love it. Yes, and Andrew Barth Feldman is getting together an all-star group of people to honor his late mom.
Oh, look, another vlogger. Okay, look. Dear star Andrew Barth Feldman, who is the sweetest guy on the planet, is raising money for an event for a performing arts center in his hometown named after his mother, who passed away last year. And he was very quiet about this. And he was also in Dear Evan Hansen at this time. At the time of her death.
Right, when his mom, right, I remember that, yeah.
Okay, so so this will be called the Barbara Barth Feldman Performing Arts Center at Lawrence Woodmere Academy, which is where Andrew went to school. And he is going to have, it was supposed to be an in-person concert celebration, but now it's not, it's going, because this is our world now.
Go ahead, say the V word, say the V word.
It's digital, virtual. It's all virtual benefit, and it will take place live on May 31st at 7 p.m. Eastern time. But there is an in-person celebration that will be done in the future whenever we're allowed to do that again. So lots of people are involved. We've got Skylar Astin and Erica Henningsen, Taylor Trent, so many people, just a list of Broadway stars. I'm going to let you go to the site and read them all. But it's a great tribute to his mother, and it's a great cause for this Performing Arts Center.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
You know what? You guys, we just had a day of good news.
It was good news.
Good things happening in the world. You know what I mean? We talked about like good things. So I feel good. I feel good that we pulled that up.
We have a really sunny person coming on.
This might be the first day that we've had all good. I mean,
I think so.
Anyway, and today's guest has a lot of good to talk about as well. So thank you, Beth. Caitlin, why don't you tell everyone who's here?
Gladly. You guys, we got stage favorite Heidi Blickenstaff here for another fun episode of Live at 5 Home Edition, live right here on Facebook and YouTube. You guys probably know Heidi. She's been on stage, and she was on screen for the Freaky Friday musical. She's been on stage Something Run, which she was a vlogger for. She was in Title the Show. She was in Little Mermaid. She's done it all. But guys, today she's going to talk all about this awesome new project that she's working on called GenZStayHome. It's a fun new PSA. She's going to talk about a Title of Show virtual reunion that's going to happen and a whole bunch more. So make sure you follow her on social at Heidi Blick. Leave all of your questions in the comments below. And please welcome Heidi and Paul.
Hey!
Hi, friends!
She said the V word. I mean, it's just like, I just feel like everything's, once everything is that, then it's just, I don't know if it's necessary. But anyway, hi, how are you? Good to see you.
I'm very well. I thank you for putting on that very fancy blazer.
It's all for you. Well, because I want to point out, you were not only in the Freaky Friday movie, you were also on stage in that as well. I mean, you've done a lot. You've done a lot of things. We've known each other a while now. Look at you.
I know, it's been a minute. I've been knowing you a long time.
And I love the texture behind you. I told you that before we went live.
My paper mache wall art.
It's lovely.
I didn't do it. I just bought it.
How is your how's your mental health and your general?
I'm good. I am actually, in spite of all of the madness around us, I'm in New York City, so I'm experiencing it like all of my New York friends are. I'm doing really, really well because I have been keeping insanely busy. I think a lot of us have been forced to reinvent ourselves during this time. Yeah. And I took a stab at that, and it's been keeping me, I would say I haven't been this busy in about 1.5 years. And so the stuff that I've been working on has not only been passing the time, but has been giving me great purpose in what I can do to help during this crazy quarantine.
So let's let's talk about GenZStayHome. Tell me how it started. Tell me what the spark of inspiration was, and we're going to show a little video that you guys made.
Awesome. So about 2 months ago, when the stay-at-home orders were first coming down, do you remember all of those like Florida spring breakers who were like, "If I've got it, I've got it.
I remember. Yes, I remember.
Partying." I know, and like people were chartering jets to have spring break adventures. And I get that you want to do that, but there's a pandemic happening at the same time. But the real spark was I have a nephew who's 17 who was not minding his stay-at-home order, and my husband Nicholas Rolfing and I.
Wait, hold on. That's a cute photo.
Oh, cute! Yeah, he's cute. He's definitely cute. He's an entertainment attorney. He used to be an actor and then threw it all away to be a lawyer.
I knew him when he was an actor.
Yeah,
I've known him a long time. But go ahead.
I know, like you said. So anyway, we were trying to figure out what we could do to actually have an impact, and Nicholas had the amazing idea to make a PSA. That would be essentially Gen Z kids telling other Gen Z kids to stay home. And there's not, anyone over 25 in the video. There are no Broadway stars in the video because we knew that the message would be best received from their peers. And so we put the call out to, drama teachers that we've had in high school, college, people that we have liaisons with where they've done title of show, Vicky Bussert, all of these great theatrical teachers at universities, places I've done master classes where there have been a bunch of kids. We've put the word out, and we thought we were going to get 30 videos back. We wrote a script, and there were some pieces to improvise a little bit, but a lot of it was just written. And we got about 300 videos back, and we were like, oh my God, how are we going to edit all of this? But we edited it together. We worked with a great production company, HMS Media, who I worked with on a Candor and Ebb special a million years ago.
Oh, right. Yeah.
And we made this PSA called Gen Z Stay Home.
Okay, we're gonna watch it. And Gen Z is what? What's the age for Gen Z? What's the?
It depends on who you ask, but our Gen Zers, we were shooting for 14 to 24.
Okay, got it.
Yeah.
I always forget what generation I am. But anyway,
we're Gen Xers, right?
We're Gen X. That's what Beth tells me. Okay.
Yeah.
All right, let's watch this video. It's really fantastic, and I want everyone to see it.
Thank you.
Hi.
Hey, everyone.
Hey.
Hey, y'all.
What's up? I'm Hope.
I'm Nasser.
I'm Maya.
I'm Keyshawn.
Ruby.
Kinza. Samantha.
I'm 17.
I'm 20.
14.
18.
21.
I'm from Nashville, Tennessee.
I'm from North Carolina.
New York City. New Zealand.
Mobile, Alabama.
Toronto, Canada.
Anchorage, Alaska.
Texas.
California. Spain.
I'm staying home because my dad's a first responder.
Because my dad is an officer for Fort Pierce.
Because my mom's a nurse.
My parents are essential workers.
I'm staying home because I want to set a good example for my friends.
I want to set a good example for my little sister.
For my younger sibling.
I'm staying home because my governor said so.
Because beating COVID-19 is a group effort.
Because I love my family and I don't want anything to happen to them.
I don't want to get my grandparents sick.
Porque yo vivo con mi abuela y yo no quiero que ella se enferma.
My mom has stage 3 breast cancer and she's vulnerable.
Because my mother is sick and I might be exposed to the virus.
Because the lives of my friends who are immunocompromised matter to me.
My sister is type 1 diabetic.
My brother has a compromised immune system.
I have an autoimmune disease.
I'm staying home because my aunt and uncle tested positive for COVID-19.
One of my close friends tested positive for COVID-19.
I'm staying home because I might have the virus and be asymptomatic.
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 Asymptomatic means I don't show any symptoms of carrying the virus.
But I can still spread it.
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 We have more power than we think.
We have the power to stop this.
We have the power to save others.
We have the power to help doctors and nurses.
Doctors and nurses.
Doctors and nurses.
Nurses.
Doctors and nurses.
We have the power to flatten the curve.
We have the power to help slow the spread.
And we have to slow the spread.
When this is over, I can't wait to just play baseball again.
I can't wait to be with my teammates.
To play poker with my buddies again.
To play cards with my grandma.
To get boba with my best friend.
I can't wait to get back to jazz class.
I can't wait to go back to college.
We're going to get there.
Lo lograremos, pero no somos seguros todavía.
But we're not out of the woods yet.
Stay home.
Stay home.
Stay home.
Stay home.
Stay home.
Stay home.
Stay home for all of us.
Stay home.
For all of us.
For all of us.
For all of us.
For all of us.
If we stay home now, we'll all be together again before we know it.
We're in this together.
We're in this together.
We're in this together.
We're in this together. We're in this together.
We're in this together.
I love it. You must love all those faces. You must love all those kids, and you just get all those videos, and it's fantastic.
No, we came to really know them and love them, and in some cases went back to them because we loved what they were doing so much, but we wanted a different take from them, and we got to know those kids, and they're just, a lot of them come from theater departments, but a lot of them don't, and the thing that was so important to us was to get every kid from every stripe, because it's not just one kid that's not staying home, it was every kid, and so they really showed up for us, and we're so proud of them. And I learned with Title of Show that it's possible to actually make something, but this is the first time that I've ever produced anything like this. And I learned so much, whether I wanted to or not, about how to produce a PSA. And now I've got this whole skill set that I had no intention of ever having. But I'm so grateful I've got it now.
I'm staying home because my governor told me to. I love
How about her? She's amazing. I just love her so much because my governor said so.
My governor said so. So you're actually, Broadway Because is kind of like what you and Nicholas are now sort of calling your larger.
Yeah.
You want to keep doing good. This is just sort of the first.
How about that? Well, I mean, like I said, every artist is sort of in the process of kind of reinventing what they do, who they are, especially live theater artists. And I've always had an itch to scratch where it comes to just trying to do what I can to help. And I've always been so thrilled to work with the Actors Fund in any way that I can, and with BCEFA in any way that I can. And I raised a lot of money miraculously for MS Bikes. And over the years, I've just been really interested in giving back. And so over this time, we were like, now maybe is the time to start the nonprofit we've always wanted to start. So we came up with Broadway Because. And the idea is that through the nonprofit, we will use our connective tissue. You just wait, Paul Montourk, I'm coming for you at some point.
All right, okay.
Use our connective tissue in the Broadway world to, just make the world a better place. And we already have our eyes set on our next initiative, which is Gen Z Go Vote, because we all know
which is also very important.
That is going to be just like immediately, we need to get those kids registered to vote, because it's a very, it's a demographic that often feels like, I don't matter. People don't need me to weigh in, and we need you to weigh in. So we're gonna make another PSA, and we're gonna have more Broadway fancy people help us get the word out, and try to figure out how to do this in this new construct that is us all doing these things from home. Yeah. But it's very invigorating and exhausting, but invigorating.
Yeah. And you have kids in your life, and they're Gen Z, right? I mean,
I do. Yeah, I have two stepsons who are 16 and 19. So they're right in the pocket. And I also have nieces and nephews that are also all of teenage years. And so it's definitely on my radar right now. They're the things that are important to them. I've been like talking to all of them saying, now tell me, are you registered to vote? Will you be 18 come November? Like, just, it's so good to continue having these conversations with the young adults who, they're inheriting this strange new world, and they're evolving from kids to adults. And, we have to set them up as best we can in spite of all these crazy circumstances.
Great. Well, I want everyone to go to the website and they can find out more about what you're doing. And also we have to talk about, this Title of Show family, man. It doesn't go away. It doesn't go away, does it? These people.
Yeah, exactly. People. No matter, I don't know if you want us to go away, but we're never going away. A year and a half ago, we had our Broadway reunion benefit for Actors Fund and BCEFA. And now the Vineyard Theater, which is where we got our start. Look, there we are.
There you are. Very cute. I mean, Susan Blackwell, of course, is a Broadway.com personality. Yes. As are you. You're a former vlogger. I don't know if you knew that.
No, I do. Are you kidding?
And then of course Hunter Bell. Yep. And then of course you can't forget Larry, right? I mean, anyway, this is the whole family.
Yes, Larry Pressgrove, Michael Barras. Yep.
And I'm gonna actually put this up because you're doing a special virtual event.
It's a virtual variety show. Now, for all of you like hardcore Title of Show nerds, you may remember the Title of Show, which came in between the Broadway runs and the Broadway run, and actually continued into the Broadway run. This virtual variety show is sort of in that kind of vein. So the Vineyard Theater is where Title of Show was born, and it's an outstanding singular off-Broadway theater. And everybody knows all theaters are struggling right now, and the Vineyard has been doing a fundraising campaign called the Campaign for Right Now. And if you donate at least $25 on May 30th, you get to watch the Title of Show virtual reality show. I'm not exactly sure what the title is, but it's something like that. And we're doing our normal shenanigans, and we're in the middle of writing it and shooting it. We spent all morning shooting something. Paul, shooting some of the stuff is so crazy because you're listening in one ear, you're recording on a device from here. It's just like crazy. Again, things I never intended to learn how to do. I know. But we're getting quite the skill set. But there are going to be lots of fancy guests.
Star-studded. It's star-studded.
Totally. Who knew that everybody would turn it out for the Title of Show gang? But everybody's saying yes, and we have been going out to people, and everybody's been saying yes. So the one I saw last night, which made me pee my pants, is Brooke Shields just does a bit, and it's like one for the books. So if you haven't donated yet, go to vineyardtheater.org, donate at least $25, and you too can pee your pants watching Brooke Shields be funny.
Wait, did you see her? Did you see her get hit in the face by her daughter?
Oh my God!
Speaking of Gen Z,
throwing her in the face. I couldn't believe that. I was like, oh my God. I forgot to ask her about that last night. I'm going to text her about that as soon as we're off. That was crazy because clearly she was not expecting it.
Well, she was in the passenger seat. I guess there's a TikTok thing where you're supposed to pretend like you're getting your pocketbook got back, and then you're putting it back and you hit the passenger in the face. So her daughter did it to her in the video, and she's like stunned and a little hurt.
It swells up, immediately swells up. I was like, that is an international icon, not the face. Not the face.
Not the face.
God. Hit her in the shoulder or something. She can take it. She's 6 feet
Her
tall.
first movie was literally Pretty Baby. Pretty Baby. The word pretty is forever associated with Brooke Shields.
Synonymous.
Don't even near the face.
Not the face. Not the face. But I do think it's going to be a really good time. Donate and come see us on May 30th. And Leslie Odom Jr. and you name it. Literally, everybody's like, I'll do it. Linda Lavin, Rachel Dratch, Julia Murney. It's just going to be a fun.
Zach Quinto. I saw his name.
Yes, totally. Everybody being very silly, and what's so great is during this time, I have found that people are just saying yes to a lot of things. I know I'm saying yes to a lot of things just because, number one, what else am I doing? And it's just this is such a hard time, and there's so much suffering and so much anxiety that it's listen, if we can put a little sunshine into the world for an hour, come and spend a little bit of time with us, and you can watch Brooke Shields get hit in the face. No, not on my show. You have to go to Instagram for that.
All right, I'm going to bring Caitlin back in.
Yeah.
Caitlin, did you see that video?
No, I haven't. I literally was about to look it up, but I wanted to be present. I gotta go see it. It was on TikTok? I gotta.
You'll find. Well, it's everywhere. Just search.
You put it on Instagram too.
Oh, okay, I'll go do that.
Someone just slapped her with a purse, and clearly she was not anticipating actually getting slapped.
That's amazing. Best thing ever.
High quality.
Okay, so we got the first question is from Andrew Gardner on YouTube. He says, "You are my icon and I'm obsessed with you. I recently played Uncle Fester in Addams Family. What is your favorite memory from doing the show?"
One of my very favorite memories is, hi, Andrew. I love doing that show so much. I played Alice Meineke, and she kind of goes she gets, poisoned and becomes a different person later in the show and lets all of her inhibitions run wild. And I did this stunt on an ottoman that spun around, and I was wearing this weird yellow dress that had this tie, this kind of, are we allowed to say pussy bow? I think it was a pussy bow. And it accidentally hooked underneath the ottoman, and I went to reach up and I couldn't because the bow was connected, and I banged my chin, and I still to this day have a scar right here. I was bleeding all over the stage. I had to get stitches. from an emergency room doctor. Hi, Dr. Dan Egan, who stitched me up and is still a Broadway friend. He stitches all the Broadway people up. And just like gushing blood. Doesn't sound like this would be my best memory, but it actually
I know. I love that this is your favorite memory.
I'll never forget it. I'll never forget it. And just like, that it happened, and when you're first like in horrible, horrible pain, you don't feel it yet. Like, it's just like, but then I saw my red dress my yellow dress turn red, and I was like, something's not right. But I stayed and finished out the show. And then I went to the emergency room and saw Dr. Dan. That's a fun memory.
Who has to clean up all that blood from? I mean,
oh my God,
crews, man.
And I felt terrible about it too. I was like, "Do you want me to go back out on stage and like mop it up?" Not my job, sadly. I would have happily done it, but somebody else had to do that.
Someone else. Oh my word. All right. Samantha Elliott on YouTube wants to know, if you could go back and do a previous role again, which role would you want to do?
Ooh.
That's a good question.
Clearly title of show. That keeps happening.
I know, right? But we'll keep bringing that one back whether you like it or not. But I would have to say, I think I would do Ursula again, because when I did that part, I was like, I don't know, I was in my early to mid 30s. And it was the first time I had ever, like really sunk my teeth into any kind of role like that. And I don't think I had ever even held down a spotlight on Broadway. Right, and I was a little like, I wasn't quite in my skin yet.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I get that.
You know what I mean? And I would love to have a redo there, because now I'm just like, I suck people's souls out for a living. I feel like I'm just like, I would have more fun, and I would be much more, I don't know. I think, like poised and ready to go, but it was such an amazing learning experience, because you can't play the sea witch without like growing some sea balls. And so it definitely was a great stop on my evolution to becoming brave on stage, but I'd love to do that.
Yeah, I'm into that.
Yeah, I love that. Speaking of which role you would go back to, Broadway Loves Cats wants to know, what was your favorite costume that you have worn?
Oh, I thought I was going to get to do Cats. Broadway Loves Cats. I was like, I'll be.
Me too. I was like, Bomb Ballerina.
No, yes. My favorite costume. That's such a good question, because, there are some costumes that are so beautiful, like Bee in Something Rotten was such a beautiful costume, but it was actually like really heavy. Definitely the best wig I've ever worn was Bee in Something Rotten. I think the best costumes, you're not going to love this answer. They're the ones that you don't have to change a lot. Like title of show, we wore one costume and it was like basically my street clothes. So this isn't a sexy answer, but I'm going to say
it's a comfy answer.
Because it's comfortable. It's one less thing to worry about. Like you just get to sort of be comfortable all night, and you don't have any quick costume changes, because those can like make you poop your pants if like you've got 7 seconds, which I have been in that situation many times. The Ursula costume was the most gorgeous thing on the planet, and I that's only sort of reserved for like punishment. That costume was so hard. I mean, I had to arrive at the theater an hour and a half early. Right. It was like so involved. So I vote for laziness. That's
so even though we've been living in comfy clothes for a few months, you're still longing for the comfy costumes. I know.
That's I'm lazy. Susan Blackwell and I always say that if we could like do a show from our couch, we would do it. But our dreams are coming true, because that's
I know.
Happening in these times.
I know. I love your dreams are coming true.
Silver linings, right? Trying to look on the bright.
I love it. Okay, Julie G wants to know, what do you enjoy most about working on original musicals?
Oh, hi, Julie. Original musicals are my favorite. They're definitely the scariest and the riskiest, but they're definitely my favorite. And I think a lot of actors would agree that getting to originate something is, that's sort of like what everyone dreams of doing. And I have been so lucky in my career to have done that a handful of times. But if you are lucky enough to be working with a really cool creative team, when you're putting your stamp on something, you can actually have more of a collaborative voice. And I've been lucky enough in the shows that I've originated, Freaky Friday and Something Rotten and everything with the title of Show Gang, that it's not just about, like replacing someone and doing the blocking that's already been put in place. And P.S., that's noble as well. Like I would replace in a second again. Like I've loved the shows that I've replaced on. But I think being part of that collaborative process, especially as I get older and I am sinking my teeth into writing more and now suddenly producing more, like I'm really interested in not just acting, but in the whole collaborative process. So that's my favorite part.
Awesome. Let's take one last question.
All right, last question, one that a lot of people are wondering. Heidi, what's it going to take to get you back on Broadway? We want you back, girl.
Call me. Somebody call me and I'll do it. There have been some interesting near misses in the last year and a half. And
really?
Yeah, there have been some things that almost happened and then for lots of different reasons didn't happen. And there's something kind of cooking in the background. And then this whole thing happened. And so everything has been derailed. So, we'll see where those things lie. But, Paul, I'm available. And I know that all of us are wondering what's going to happen. I know theater will survive and I know people will come back, but it'll be really interesting to see when that happens and what that's going to look like. And I think we're all going to have to open our minds and be very flexible moving forward, because it's going to take some time to ease back in. And hopefully, some of the projects that we're cooking will come back to life and you'll see me back there sooner than later.
I love that you're doing what you do, because I feel like many people are going to look back on this time and go, what did I do all those months? And you're going to be like, I did something, I made something, and you're going to have concrete proof of it. And I want everyone to check out the website for GenZStayHome and GenZStayHome, and I can't wait to find out about you're going to fix the vote. You're going to rock the vote with those kids. And you're going to figure all that out and bringing Beth and Caitlin back in. Hey, Beth, we do this quiz a lot. Actually, let's ask Heidi. Heidi, what was the name of your vlog?
Oh, Renaissance Woman.
Okay,
of course. How could you not know?
This is like
people will be on the street and be like, I saw you in this, I saw you in that. I love your vlog. So
I know.
We're all about that vlog. So thank you, Broadway.com, for asking me to do that vlog.
Oh,
if I ever do another Broadway show again, sign me up.
It's going to follow you for the rest of your life. It's YouTube will outlive all of us. You know that.
True.
Thank you so much, Heidi. It was so great to see you.
Likewise, guys. Healthy. Absolutely.
I can't wait to see what else you do. Just keep up the good work.
We'll see.
I can't wait to see a virtual benefit. So anyway.
Yeah.
Okay, Caitlin, why don't you take us out?
Thank you guys so much for tuning in today for another fun episode of Live at 5 Home Edition. You guys can check us out wherever you get your podcasts by searching for #Live at 5 and hitting that subscribe button. Be sure to tune in tomorrow to talk to Moulin Rouge star Danny Burstein.